Hey guys, today we're going to learn about your health, but it may not be quite what you think. Stick around, we'll learn some stuff. Welcome in all, I'm Michael, and you're watching American Gaming Dad. You can look almost anywhere on the internet for things about your diet and exercising and generally improving your physical bod. But I don't want to talk about that so much today. I'm more talking about how you can improve your mental health, specifically ways that you can be a better gamer by following a few tips that I have put together for you. Now I can tell you this based on experience because, well shoot, here's a picture of me from about 8 years ago. This guy is not a model of health. I was playing video games for about 8 hours a day, didn't care about doing anything but eating, sleeping, and video games. And honestly, I wasn't very good at them. And I know, you can tell by the picture, I'm not a model of perfect health because, my goodness, look at that horrible facial hair. Now, in the last 8 years, I've made some big changes about how I treat my body and my mind. I've learned a few things on the way, and I thought, you know what? What better idea than to pass these things on to you so that you might be able to just feel a little bit better every day and maybe even prevent yourself from having issues in the long term. Listen, I had a major back surgery just under 4 months ago, and it hurt. It was really nasty. I'm going to show you a picture real fast of what they put inside my body to make me a little bit better. Now, if you don't want this stuff inside your body, listen to what I have to say. Okay, so I know I said I won't make this so much about your body, but there are things that benefit both your body and your mind. And one of those things is the low-hanging fruit that I'll start off with, and that's exercise. So most people hear the word exercise and they think, oh man, that's hard, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it either. But you know what? Think about it from a gamer's perspective, okay? Every single time that you have an accomplishment or you gain an achievement in a game or you get that perfect headshot when you're in a competitive shooter game, what makes you feel good about that is something called dopamine. It's called the happy drug. Now, when something good happens in a video game or you've worked really hard to achieve something, dopamine is released into your body from your brain. Now what this does is it tells your body it's happy, it did something great, and you might see where this is going. The same exact thing happens when you exercise. More importantly, it happens after you exercise, or every time you hit a milestone in your exercise. So yeah, it's hard to get out and do things. It's really hard to say, hey, I'm gonna go outside today and take a walk. That's all you gotta do, is just get outside every once in a while and take a walk. Now look, I get it. Exercising is not something you think of all the time as like, hey, I want to do that, right? Very few of us actually say, I'm gonna get in an hour or 2 hours a day or something like that. Honestly, I don't do that either because, well, exercising that much is just exhausting and it's not as much fun as playing a video game. But listen, put the controller down every once in a while. Get off the couch or wherever you're sitting and get outside. Outside is good, I'll tell you why. You get vitamin D from the sun's rays, and that helps your immune system. It's kind of weird you're getting vitamins just from going outside, right? It also helps your great complexion because, let's be honest, a lot of us are very pasty white and pale, and, just because we sit around here playing games all day. This is a pretty dark room. All you've got to do is do a little bit every day or even every other day. You don't necessarily have to get up every single day and say, hey, I'm gonna run a marathon or a 5K, or I'm gonna get out and lift a whole bunch of weights or go swim the English Channel. Normies, like myself, and maybe you guys, we play a lot of video games, I've got a family, I've got a lot of things going on all the time, but I make a conscious effort to every single other day at least do something for my body. So I told you I'd relate this to gaming as well, okay? Exercise helps your heart be healthy and it helps your lungs function better. It's muscles that make these work. In fact, your heart is a muscle. So every time you go out and work your heart, it gets stronger and better. Now, having a healthy heart and healthy lungs means that your body's functioning easier, which gives you more energy. More energy to play games, guys. It's not friggin' rocket science, it's gamer science. Also concerning your mental health, exercise can help you avoid depression. If you're stuck inside your house all the time doing nothing, it's very easy to get very down. Nobody likes being down. Now, ScienceDaily.com analyzed a study that ran from 2011 to 2015, and it covered two variables: people who did exercise daily and people who didn't exercise. Now, people who exercised daily had 1.5 fewer days of poor mental health than people who didn't exercise. Get outside exercise every once in a while. It will improve your functions, it will improve your happiness, it will make you healthier, and it also improves your body. I mean, who doesn't want a great dad bod like this one, right? Now that we've covered exercise, let's get the other low-hanging fruit, easy one that you know I'm going to talk about out of the way, and that's your diet. Now, your diet is important. Vitamins, good. Vitamins, very good. Now, we're not going to cover what a lot of people cover when they talk about diet. I'm not going to tell you how to lose weight. I'm not going to tell you how to go out and eat a vegan diet. I'm not going to tell you why it's important, because honestly, I don't know why I like meat too much. I'm not going to sit here and say that, the keto diet or crash diets are what you should be doing. Now, if you do eat a little bit healthier, though, the positive side effect is that you probably will lose weight if you need to lose weight. And if you don't need to lose weight, you'll probably keep the same weight. Then you'll probably just be happy that you're eating good because it's good for you. What you really want to do is eat a consistently healthy diet. Now, you don't have to be super healthy, okay? Little tiny decisions that you make every single day make a huge difference. Surprisingly, things like just putting mustard on your sandwich instead of mayo reduces your calorie intake, and it's a lower cholesterol food. If you're eating a salad, instead of putting ranch, maybe put oil and vinegar and just put some pepper in with it as well. Trust me, it tastes really good, and it's way better for you. But enough of this part of the diet, guys. What I want to talk to you about is focusing on foods that have certain types of vitamins that will help you be a better gamer. These vitamins can give you more energy, they can make you happier, and they actually can improve your mind functions. Surprisingly, right? I'll list off a few of these vitamins that you want to target, and also some of the foods that they're contained in. Take B1, for instance. It's also called thiamine. It helps your energy levels, it helps your mood, it reduces stress, but it also improves memory and learning, two key cognitive functions that you may want to use while you're gaming. B1 is found in beans, beef, oats, asparagus, which you really shouldn't eat anyways because it's freaking disgusting. It's also found in sunflower seeds, which, are a good snack to eat while you're gaming because you just reach into there, chew on them, and you one hand the whole thing. A vitamin with similar traits to B12 as far as what it does for your body is magnesium. It also improves memory and focus, helps you sleep a little bit, and it's good for your stress levels. Now, it's also found in beans, so if you eat beans, that's a twofer. You get 2 vitamins, so that's better than 1. 2 is better than 1. So 2 beans is better than 1 bean, and 2 vitamins is better than 1 vitamin. We all know that, so let's just keep eating beans, okay? And then just stay in a room by yourself when you're eating all these beans and just be a quiet gamer and you're lonesome. You all know why. It's also found in brown rice, avocado, and spinach. Now, vitamin E helps brain function, which is crazy. What it really does is it preserves your brain function. It slows cognitive decline. And as you get older, these are things that naturally start to happen to your body. As you start to forget things a little more, you start to become less reactive. Lots of vitamin E can help you maintain your gaming skills for a longer period of time. It's found in eggs, nuts, avocados, wheat. Sorry guys, no beans. No 3 for on the beans. Thank goodness. Your family will thank you. Iron is also found to improve concentration and attention, so your attention span will be better. It also releases dopamine and serotonin into your body. Dopamine, remember, is that happy drug, so if you eat it, combine it with exercise, you're going to be happier. It's found in beef, leafy greens, avocado, nuts, among many other things. Zinc. Zinc helps with stress levels and combats depression. Zinc is found in beef, spinach, chocolate. Obviously it's an antidepressant. Chocolate, zinc, they kind of go hand in hand. Also found in oysters. Interesting. Down below in the video's description, I did post a link to a great article where I got a lot of this information about how the right foods can affect your brain. So make sure you check it out. Water. Is water a vitamin? Whatever, it goes here anyways. Water is super important, okay? Your body is technically based on carbon, but it is about 2/3 water. So water is important to you for staying healthy. When you don't drink water, you can get dehydrated. It causes headaches, nausea, diarrhea, all kinds of crazy, no fun stuff. The reason why those things happen is because your body's trying to tell you something. Drink more water. Additionally, when you don't drink lots of water, you get really bloated because your body's gonna retain as much water as you possibly can keep to store it for later. Anyways, you get it. Drink more water, guys, because your body needs it. Something else that can also help you out when it comes to your diet is to eat more natural foods. Things that are less processed produce less toxins for your brain to absorb. Less toxins are good because toxins can slow you down and just generally cause poor health, especially mental health. I want to take a break real fast before I get to the next point to talk about American Gaming Dad. We need your help. American Gaming Dad is a growing channel. If you like this video and you subscribe to our channel, it helps us out more than you could ever know. So if you don't mind, drop a comment down below if you disagree with any of the points I'm saying today, or if you agree with them, or generally you just want to say random letters and words like which means absolutely nothing, but it's still a comment. Now that we've gotten the juggernauts out of the way, which are exercise and diet, let's talk about things that might not necessarily be on your radar as much. The next one I want to talk about is your gaming environment. You're like, Michael, what is my gaming environment? Well, your gaming environment is, well, it's exactly what it is. It's where you game, okay? So your gaming environment is super important. What you want to have in a gaming environment is a comfortable area, but not too comfortable. Let's start with your chair, for instance. You need to sit in a firm chair that supports your back and supports your posture. The reason for this is when you have bad posture, you get the back that I've got. Playing games on your couch all day long, couches are soft, they're very scrumptiously wonderful to lay into, but they don't support anything really. You want to sit in an upright position in a gaming chair or some kind of a chair that's ergonomically correct for your body. The reason for this is that when you sit in a bad position, your muscles, your bones, your circulatory system, your nervous system, all of those things have pressure in places where pressure is not supposed to be. This will fatigue you faster. It will also fatigue your body faster in the long run, so you will not last as long as a healthy person. Now, the reason why, again, we're talking about physical health when it comes to gaming is because your gaming is important for your physical health. The way that you sit, the way that you lay, the way that you stand are all important for how your body is meant to be sitting, laying, or standing. If you do have to sit in a chair that is not firm and doesn't have great posture, make sure you get some kind of a lumbar back support. There's pillows you can buy almost everywhere. Honestly, they work. If you put a little bit of something on your lower lumbar, that's the part of your back just above your butt, just below the middle of your back, that'd be your lower back. Put something there that will support your back in good posture. Think about it this way. A seat in a car. Typically, they're comfortable, but they sure as heck ain't cushy and soft like your couch. The reason for this is they're designed for people to sit in for a long period of time. The same thing happens with gaming chairs, office chairs, and other places you sit that are designed to be firm and supportive. Consistency is key, not just for exercise and diet, but also in your gaming environment. It might seem kind of ridiculous, but having your water in the same place will create a muscle memory that you'll reach for it and drink it more often. We covered the importance of drinking water earlier in the diet section. The added side effect of that as well is when you're playing a game, if you're in a game that you cannot pause, you don't have to think as much about it when you reach for the water or you get a snack or something like that, because it's gonna be in the same place as it always is. It sounds silly, but you know, it'll help you game better, I promise. Moving on from your comfortable environment though, is exactly that. The importance of moving around a bit. It is super important that you stand up at least once an hour. Now, if you can, you should stand up for 15 minutes every hour. I know sometimes you get in certain campaign modes and you get in certain matches in definitely certain games, but you have to get up as much as you can. Every time you have a break in that game, stand up. Now, there's a reason for this. When you sit down for too long, pressure starts building in parts of your body. It starts putting a lot of tension again on your veins, on your muscles, on your nerves, and you have to relieve that stress. If you don't, it can create some serious back problems, it can create circulatory problems. Generally, anything you can think about in the way your body functions can be harmed if you don't stand up often. I cannot stress this point enough, guys. Stand up as often as you can and move around. Now, there is a good way to combat this as well. Vary the style of game that you're playing. A lot of people are PC gamers, like myself. To play most PC games, you sit down in front of a mouse and keyboard. Now, in games that will allow it, think about hooking a gaming console controller up to your computer. When you do this, you can wander around a little bit more, you can stand up. VR headsets have also become extremely popular over the last few years. VR gaming can be great for your body. There are a lot of different games that are enjoyed most by playing while you're standing up and moving around. Now, you do have to have a big open space for that, but most games will allow you to move around by standing up and use what's called snap movements, where you don't necessarily have to walk around your open space. You can play in a more confined area. This is very good for you. If you stand up and you are moving and not sitting for long periods of time, becoming permanently sedentary, your body will function better. Now, if you start to develop cramps and you start to get sore in certain areas, this is your body's way of saying, hey, did something wrong, okay? A quick way to get rid of this, and it's gonna sound ridiculous. Do I have to say this? I have to say, okay. Do yoga, guys. It's simple stretching, okay? If you look up yoga online, you can find some very easy stretches you can do if you start to develop cramps or get sore. Now, even if you're not sore and you don't have cramps, yoga is still a really good thing. It will help to loosen up your muscles, and it helps improve flexibility. Flexibility is great because, again, it gets your body moving more than it's used to moving, and when your range of motion is better, your arms and legs and back can move more, and when they do move more, it helps all those vital systems that I was talking about earlier that your body needs from movement. So I've given you a few tips today, 4 of them in total. I said there was 5. The 5th tip is absolutely not what you think it's gonna be. Even with healthy things and unhealthy things, there's one key word, and that's moderation. Too much exercise can actually be bad for you. You can break your body down in ways it's not supposed to break down. Too much water actually can be toxic, although it's really hard to do. Now, I'm not suggesting you watch your water intake because honestly, it's really hard to drink too much water, but anything needs to be done in moderation, including gaming. Now, to help me not game all day long like that guy you saw earlier, I set some schedules for myself. I have boundaries. Having a routine is great. I've had my routine for years and I love it. Now, I do deviate from it sometimes. Sometimes my friends are just online and they want to play, and I'll come play games if I'm available. But I make sure it doesn't sacrifice the important things I need to do for my family, or for my friends, or even just for my body. I typically won't sacrifice exercise because I've been that way, and I've had a rough body in the past. I feel healthier now, so I make that a priority. Gaming too much can actually ruin relationships. It can ruin relationships with your family, and I'm not just talking about if you have a wife and kids, but generally like your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, your cousins, people you care about. If you're gaming too much, it becomes an addiction. Now, with gaming, it's not really a physical addiction, it's a mental addiction, so you can break yourself from this. There's good news. But having an addiction to gaming, I can remember times when all I wanted to do was play games. So I'd go to a family outing, and all I was thinking about was getting back home. So I lost the here and now. I wasn't thinking about enjoying the moment I was in, I was thinking about a moment that I would later be in. And I would sacrifice the great memories I may have had if I simply paid attention to what was happening now. So watch out that your gaming doesn't become a priority over other important things in your life. Moderation, guys, super important. Now, there is actually a cool way that you can combine gaming and social interaction. A lot of people used to think that just playing an MMO would solve that piece because you're talking to your friends while you're playing a game. But your focus is still more on the game than your friends. Lately though, apps like Zoom and Discord have allowed video chat, and you can also play games through platforms like Steam or on your console that are more geared towards the social interaction than geared towards the actual game. There's a lot of games that actually really encourage people to get out of their shell, to talk a little bit more. The games are fun, but it's not so much about the game as the fun you're having with your friends. These are all good things. So that's my list of things I've got for you guys. If you like them, great, that's awesome. They worked for me, they might not work perfect for you. This is just a jumping off point. There's a phrase that says the world is your oyster, and of course oysters have zinc and help manage depression and make you happier, but the phrase basically means you make what you want of your world. So you can take these tips or you don't have to, but try to do some things for your body, guys, because doing things for your body also helps your mind, and your mind's an important thing. Don't waste it. As I mentioned earlier, guys, please like and subscribe to this channel and this video. Make sure you post a comment down below and hit that little bell icon so you're notified for all the videos coming up from American Gaming Dad.